This show is brought to you by Go Live TV. Download the app now.
Welcome, Joe Volpe, publisher at Corriere Canadese, here on behalf of Go Live TV and Corriere Canadese Media Group. We're going to be talking about the election that's taking place in Alberta later on in this week. You think everybody is just talking about SNC-Lavalin? Well, the guys in Alberta have another decision to make, and that's where our comment goes. It is the Alberta election debate that we've called Lamentations of the Lamborghini Brigade. Why? Well, it may be a poorly administered. For example, for 47 years prior to the 2015 election, the province was run by conservative governments, small c, but also big C. But it's not a poor province. Its GDP in 2017 was measured at $331,937 billion, third biggest in Canada. Its GDP per capita sits at $78,213, and it ranks number one by a wide margin over Ontario's $58,687 per capita. That's $1.34 for every dollar that Ontario earns. It's rich in resources. 24% of its wealth, or about $80 billion annually, is derived from oil and gas extraction activities. In fact, at today's rate of consumption, Alberta's known reserves are estimated by the Canadian Association of Petroleum Producers to suffice for another 250 years. The sector drives the economy. Does the province have problems? Yes. The price of its oil and gas is subject to market price dictated by world factors and the decisions made by big oil in the United States, Iran, Saudi Arabia, Russia, and elsewhere. It also needs pipelines to get its product to market. There are other issues, of course. Leadership being first among them, then economic diversification, community building, health and education, and integration. As one might expect in a province that is less than 115 years old, very few residents can claim roots in the province that go back more than 3 generations. Just by way of illustration, the current Minister of Finance is of Italian background, as is about 3% of the rest of the population. Now, the 4 candidates that you see in the background, Premier Rachel Notley from the NDP, Jason Kenney from the United Conservative Party, David Kahn, Liberal, and Stephen Mendel, the Alberta Party, talked past each other in front of the cameras in a bid for public support. They tested the audience staying power. Me, yearning for a medal, I listened and watched to the very bitter end. Here's what I learned. Kahn has the best tailor. I now know that he's the only constitutional lawyer in the race. The other lawyer, Notley, has all of the facts and no message. By the way, she also dresses at Walmart. Mandel, former mayor and businessman, forgot his tie at Walmart and is unsure of the facts or direction. Kenney, who hasn't come across a fact he couldn't distort or ignore, had someone else dress him up so that people wouldn't notice that he was there. But we, as my grandson watched with me for the last half hour, did. Apparently, Kenney is running against Justin Trudeau. You know, the Prime Minister who paid $4.5 billion of Canadian taxpayer money to buy the rights to build the Trans Mountain pipeline that Alberta so desperately needs to get its oil to a different market. Trudeau is Notley's ally, Kenney insisted. Trudeau isn't in the race. However, self-declared right-wing extremists, racists, and bigots huddled in hiding as candidates under Kenney's party umbrella are. He wouldn't disavow them, nor would he address the investigations by the Electoral Commission and the RCMP into the alleged fraudulent practices he and his team utilized so that he could win the leadership of this collection of misfits. My 10-year-old grandson offered this observation, gratuitously. I like the guy to the right. That would be Mandel. The other guy, Kenney, is a clown. From the mouth of babes. Stay tuned for the commentary in Italian. Thank you for watching. Follow us on social media as well as on Corriere Canadese and hard copy. See you in a bit.